On the day of the wedding, Nathan Thompson and his foster sister eloped. I cheerfully married alone. 3 years later, Chloe Thompson died in childbirth, and Nathan Thompson brought back a child. This is Chloe's and my child. Take good care of him, or we're getting a divorce. I had no complaints and raised him with a smile. Even when called a homewrecker, I shamelessly admitted it. So what if I'm the other woman? I was bravely chasing love, a warrior charging forward for it. My parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, watched me, their hair turning white overnight. My friends were disgusted with me, mocking me as a pathetic love-struck fool. I didn't care about any of it, I only wanted Nathan Thompson to love me. But on our 10th wedding anniversary, Nathan Thompson personally put my entire family on a doomed plane. Claire Peterson, didn't see this coming, did you? The parachute was rigged. If you hadn't reported us back then, Chloe and I would never have been separated, and she wouldn't have died. Seeing my parents' bodies gone, I woke up with a jolt. I was just the villainess. I'm reporting them. Nathan Thompson and Chloe Thompson are violating human decency, having a forbidden affair. The moment I said this, I snapped my eyes open. Everyone around me was staring as if watching a joke. And Nathan Thompson was walking towards me, step by step. While I was stunned, someone suddenly poured a bottle of red wine over my head. Nathan Thompson's eyes were sinister, and he grabbed another bottle of red wine. He drenched me from head to toe, leaving me like a drowned rat. Claire Peterson, have you no shame? Is reporting us fun? Do you even deserve to? My white gown was instantly stained red, highlighting my curves. At this moment, I truly realized the joy of being reborn. Remembering my parents' tragic death in my previous life, I suddenly looked at Nathan Thompson. My fists clenched tightly at my sides. Just then, Chloe Thompson spoke up, wiping away tears. Claire, Nathan, and I are in love. Why would you report us? Do you really want to break us up like this? As the woman finished speaking, Nathan Thompson immediately pulled her into his arms, his heart aching for her. Chloe, don't worry. I would die before I marry Claire Peterson. I remembered in my previous life, Nathan Thompson had humiliated me in front of everyone. And I had shamelessly claimed their love was forbidden and they couldn't be together. Taking a deep breath, I hugged my trembling body. Nathan Thompson, I was just kidding. Then I turned to my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, and smiled. Dad, Mom, the arranged engagement you set up for Nathan Thompson and me when we were kids, let's call it off today. My parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, who were just about to get angry, looked astonished. Everyone at the event looked at me as if they had seen a ghost. After all, I had relentlessly chased Nathan Thompson for 10 years. Nathan Thompson heard this, sneered, and approached me. Claire Peterson, what game are you playing now? Playing hard to get? Let me tell you, that trick won't work on me. A flicker of disgust crossed my mind. I turned back with a laugh. Picking up a bottle of wine, I imitated Nathan Thompson and drenched him from head to toe. I said, I want to break off the engagement. Are you deaf? Nathan Thompson's face showed astonishment, and Chloe Thompson shrieked, shielding him. Claire! How could you? Even if Nathan doesn't like you, you don't need to use this method to get his attention. I gazed at Chloe Thompson. She wasn't the female lead in the book. Yet she had stolen the female lead's luck, getting to where she was step by step. Nathan Thompson only loved her because she had the stolen female lead's halo around her. I had nothing more to say. I took the engagement cancellation papers handed to me by an assistant. Once again, under the stunned gazes of the crowd, I signed with a flourish. Nathan Thompson, your turn. As I handed it to Nathan Thompson, a hint of probing flashed in his tightly furrowed brows. I couldn't be bothered to probe. I turned back and saw my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, still alive, and my nose stung. Just as I was about to go forward and hug them, my body suddenly twisted uncontrollably. I walked straight towards Nathan Thompson, my legs giving out with a thump as I knelt before him. And my mouth spoke, uncontrolled. Nathan! I was wrong. Please don't sign. I can't live without you. I can be the other woman, just please marry me, okay? As these words fell, I was shocked and wanted to explain. This wasn't what I wanted to say. I didn't mean it. But my body and words were completely out of control. The guests at the event heard my words and burst into loud laughter. Wow, that's the real Claire Peterson. I thought I was seeing things just now. I thought this woman had some backbone. Didn't last a second before she was groveling again. Question. Has Claire Peterson truly lost all sense of shame? Nathan Thompson's previous hesitation vanished instantly, replaced by disgust. Claire Peterson, are you trying to go back on your word? I shook my head wildly, tears streaming from my eyes as if they would never stop. No, Nathan, I was lying. I just love you too much. After saying this, I suddenly looked at Chloe Thompson. Chloe, I was wrong. Please don't steal Nathan Thompson from me. I can't live without him. He's my life. Chloe Thompson's gaze towards me was also filled with contempt. Unaware of anything else, I started slapping myself fiercely. As I slapped myself, I yelled, Chloe, I was wrong. Nathan, I was wrong. Please forgive me. But the real me was screaming frantically inside. Claire Peterson, are you crazy? You're a person, not a dog. But my body on the outside was completely controlled by the plot. I slapped harder and harder. Chloe Thompson said with a trembling voice, Nathan, I'm scared. Nathan Thompson immediately grabbed the hand I was using to slap myself and said coldly, Claire Peterson, I'll say it again. I will not marry you. Get out. Just as I was refusing to give up and wanted to continue clinging to him, my father, Richard Peterson, rushed out from the crowd, his face red with anger. Claire Peterson. Immediately after, a heavy slap landed on my face, which was close to bleeding. Your mother and I didn't raise you just for you to kneel and beg for a man. Have some dignity. Then he grabbed me, threw me into the car, and drove away. That slap completely jolted me awake. After my self-awareness returned, I trembled, my eyes blurred with tears. Dad, Mom. Calling me Dad won't help. Today you've disgraced the entire Peterson family. My father, Richard Peterson, was furious, and I suddenly burst into tears. Dad, I was wrong. I don't know why I suddenly knelt down. I didn't want to. Perhaps I was crying too hard. My parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, looked at me hesitantly. It wasn't until we got home and I explained again that, under their thoughtful gaze, I hugged them tightly. Mom, Dad, don't worry. I'll protect you this lifetime. As long as I stay away from Nathan Thompson, none of that will happen. But only I knew that the plot kept moving forward. I couldn't hide from Nathan Thompson forever. But there were still 5 years. My parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, died 5 years later. I still had time to change things. However, just a few days later, the Thompsons arrived with betrothal gifts, knocking on my door. Nathan Thompson wore an impatient expression, while Mr. Thompson smiled apologetically. Claire, your uncle knows you like Nathan. He was just infatuated to fall for his sister, it's against nature. Help your uncle out, will you marry Nathan Thompson? Just as I was about to refuse, my body suddenly went out of control again. Uncle, Don. Say that. Marrying Nathan is my dream. I'm willing to shield him from gossip. Nathan Thompson's face was cold, as if he was doing me a favor. Claire Peterson, if Chloe's birth parents hadn't come back, I wouldn't send her away. But you'd better give up hope. I will never love you. I happily and quickly agreed. After seeing the Thompsons off, my consciousness returned. My parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, asked me anxiously. I pinched the flesh of my palm raw, smiling inexplicably. It's okay, Mom, Dad. I won't marry Nathan Thompson. In the following days, I started taking over tasks at my father, Richard Peterson's automobile company. In my previous life, my entire focus was on Nathan Thompson. Only when death was imminent did I realize the pressure my father, Richard Peterson, was under. This time, if the new product launch event for the cars went smoothly, the cash flow problems would be solved. The next day, as the launch event began, Just as I was about to go on stage to introduce the new car, the main doors were suddenly kicked open. Nathan Thompson's face was dark, followed by a group of security. Panic involuntarily rose in my heart, and I immediately got off the stage. And where Nathan Thompson was heading was the location of the new car. Looking closer, standing in front of the new car was Chloe Thompson. She was wearing something revealing, surrounded by a group of male photographers. Before I could react, Nathan Thompson dragged Chloe Thompson over to me. "Claire Peterson, who the hell gave you permission to force Chloe to be a car model?" "Force her? How could I? I hadn't invited her at all." And Chloe Thompson was biting her lip, desperately pulling down her miniskirt. "Nathan, I'm fine." But then the woman suddenly started to sob softly. "Nathan, save me. Claire insisted I be a car model. She even made them take intimate photos of me, and she touched me." The more Nathan Thompson listened, the darker his face became. I immediately explained. "Nathan Thompson, I didn't. I'm about to marry you, how could I?" Before I finished speaking, Nathan Thompson said sharply, "Get her. Change Claire Peterson into Chloe's clothes and make her the car model." 3 female security guards grabbed me and dragged me into the restroom, changing me into a revealing dress in a few swift movements. Then, they carried me and placed me in front of the car. Tremendous shame was exposed. I endured the humiliation and screamed, "Nathan Thompson, I didn't do this." The man just watched the photographers coldly. "Treat her exactly how you treated Chloe just now. Go!" Flashbulbs popped frantically, aimed directly at me. I was blinded by the flashes and couldn't open my eyes. I wanted to escape, but someone grabbed my legs. I couldn't see the person's face, but the sticky touch made me tremble all over. "Get off me! Let go of me! Don't photograph me!" I ignored them and kept yelling, but more and more people crowded around to take pictures. I felt like an animal put on display for everyone to see. Half an hour later, I was lying on the car, almost numb. Nathan Thompson was beside me, holding Chloe Thompson and comforting her. "It's okay, Chloe. Nathan's here, don't be scared." I stared fiercely in their direction, feeling nothing but disgust. As I supported my nearly collapsing body to get off the car, Nathan Thompson suddenly spoke. "Claire Peterson, we're getting married soon. Are you still going to treat Chloe like this?" My dam of anger instantly burst, and I screamed out, "Nathan Thompson, what else do you want?" It was the first time I had yelled at Nathan Thompson like that. He froze for a moment. When he looked at me, frowning, there was sarcasm in his eyes. "Claire Peterson, you want to marry me? Smash your family's new car. Once our Chloe has vented her anger, we'll forgive you." Nathan Thompson wanted me to smash the car to make Chloe Thompson happy. The moment that thought came to mind, I gnashed my teeth in hatred. "Nathan Thompson, you're dreaming. This new product is the Peterson family's only way out. I couldn't and I wouldn't." Ah! Before I could finish refusing, the body control came back. "No, Claire Peterson. That's Dad's hard work. That's the Peterson family's only backup plan. You can't." I screamed hysterically in my mind, but my body seemed deaf. I could only watch helplessly as I picked up the sledgehammer Nathan Thompson threw at me. "Nathan, I'll listen to you. I'll do whatever you say." As I said this, I was crying and laughing at the same time, looking extremely bizarre. Even Nathan Thompson, who was cold towards me, could feel my reluctance. Chloe Thompson beside him called him multiple times, but Nathan Thompson's eyes were still fixed on me. I picked up the sledgehammer, my hands shaking non-stop. In utter despair, I hammered the car again and again. The moment each window shattered, glass shards pierced my flesh, drawing horrifying blood. I still didn't stop, hitting it fiercely. "Enough, stop." Nathan Thompson spoke up to stop me. I still seemed unable to hear, allowing the fragments from the windshield to stab into my hands, thighs, arms, and chest. Only then did Nathan Thompson realize something was wrong. He rushed over and pulled me away. "Claire Peterson, are you deaf? I said enough." Do you think I'll feel sorry for you if you pretend to be pathetic and get hurt? I squeezed my eyes shut, a clear tear tracing down my face. Nathan Thompson felt an inexplicable twinge in his chest. The reporters who had been watching from the side saw that the incident was over and rushed towards me. Ms. Peterson, the Peterson Corporation's funding chain is broken, and you personally destroyed your only way out. How do you feel? Ms. Peterson, why would you go to such shameless lengths for a man? I stood there numbly, like a zombie. After Nathan Thompson drove the reporters away, he then shielded me in a safe area. His men, keep an eye on Chloe. I'm taking her to the hospital. Saying this, the man was about to pick me up, but Chloe Thompson suddenly cried out softly. Nathan, Claire has so much blood on her, and there's so much blood on the car. My head feels so dizzy. Nathan Thompson immediately dropped me on the ground and rushed to Chloe Thompson's side. But Chloe Thompson kept crying out, Nathan, blood, I'm afraid of blood. I lowered my gaze, counting sarcastically in my mind. 3, 2, 1. Sure enough, Nathan Thompson immediately yelled at the security. What are you standing around for? Get Claire Peterson out of here. I looked up, smiling, no need. I'll walk myself. Nathan Thompson frowned, about to say something else, when Chloe Thompson's nose suddenly bled. Nathan Thompson immediately rushed out in a panic. I turned back, looking at the new product launch event that had been so well prepared. It had just turned into a complete mess. Inside, the reporters were scrambling to get out and interview me. At this moment, I was helpless and filled with sorrow. Trembling, I called my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson. After 30 seconds, no one answered. I suddenly remembered my father, Richard Peterson, and my mother, Eleanor Peterson, were going to Riverwood today to find investors for the working capital. Would they blame me when they returned and saw I had ruined everything? When I went to the hospital to get bandaged, I happened to see Nathan Thompson grandly calling in a dozen doctors to treat Chloe Thompson. In my previous life, Nathan Thompson and I were childhood sweethearts. Before Chloe Thompson appeared, he had always been this careful and caring towards me. At this moment, I felt a little confused. In the previous life, did I really love Nathan Thompson because of the plot? Or had I truly fallen in love with him long ago? Just as my mind was wandering, Nathan Thompson suddenly burst out, slamming the door like a madman. His eyes were full of sinister rage, seemingly angry about something else. After failing to get through on the phone, he punched the wall. I stared at Nathan Thompson in a daze. As if he sensed something, the man turned his head. The moment our eyes met, Nathan Thompson was already striding towards me. Nathan Thompson! Let go of me! I already smashed the car. What else do you want? Nathan Thompson just dragged me and threw me down in front of Chloe Thompson's hospital bed. Claire Peterson, you did this on purpose, didn't you? You caused Chloe to get leukemia. You put the carcinogen in Chloe's sachet, didn't you? My mind became a blur. The moment Nathan Thompson threw the sachet at me, my scalp tingled. This sachet was the main reason Chloe Thompson died before giving birth in the previous life. But that was the previous life. Why did it appear in this life? I suddenly looked up. Chloe Thompson had also been reborn. Nathan, I'd like to talk to Claire Peterson alone for a bit. After Nathan Thompson left the room, Chloe Thompson suddenly started laughing smugly. Claire Peterson, how does it feel to be fooled by me for 2 lifetimes? Feels good, doesn't it? With these words, I confirmed my suspicion once more. Chloe Thompson continued to taunt, oh, and by the way, I didn't actually die in the previous life. After you died, Nathan Thompson and I grew old together. Who knew fate would bring us back for another life? Do you really think you can change destiny this time? I recoiled, what do you mean? Chloe Thompson laughed, her shoulders shaking, ah, you don't know? Didn't you see the plane my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, took? It's flight MU-4302. Ha ha ha, hearing flight MU-4302, my mind exploded like fireworks. That was the doomed plane Nathan Thompson put me and my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, on in the previous life. Wasn't that supposed to happen 5 years later? Why is it happening 5 years early? As a wave of panic swept over me, Nathan Thompson had already kicked the door open and entered. Claire Peterson, Chloe is sick, and you won't get off easy either. Eat the stuff inside that sachet. I couldn't hear anything else. I scrambled to call the police. My parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, were still on that plane. But Nathan Thompson grabbed me tightly and commanded, "Eat it." I desperately wanted to stop my body. That was toxic plant matter/herbs, I couldn't eat it. But I still couldn't control myself. I picked up the stuff inside the sachet and ate it all. After eating, my legs felt heavy, and I suddenly fell to the ground. Thinking of my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, I clawed at the floor and crawled out. Call the police! If I just tell the police that flight MU-4302 is a doomed plane, my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, will surely be saved. Just as I fumbled for my phone and dialed 911, a news report suddenly appeared on the television above my head. Today at 3 p.m., flight MU-4302 experienced an unexpected incident. The number of fatalities is currently unknown. The news anchor's voice trembled as she spoke, and I could barely control my legs. Just as I stood up, I suddenly fell back down. After trying 10 times, I finally managed to stand up again with difficulty. Why, even after being reborn, could I still not save my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson? Why, if I'm just the villainess, do I have to bear all this unfairness? My vision kept going black. I swayed, my eyes red and bloodthirsty. I kicked open Chloe Thompson's hospital room door. Nathan Thompson was frowning, about to scold me. But when he saw my crazed, red eyes, he immediately fell silent. Claire Peterson, you. Shut up! I sharply cut Nathan Thompson off, my heart nearly exploding with hatred. Chloe Thompson, you did this on purpose, didn't you? You killed my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson. You killed 2 lives. As I finished speaking, Nathan Thompson immediately shielded Chloe Thompson behind him. Claire Peterson, what nonsense are you talking about? Chloe has been in the hospital. How could she have killed your parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson? But at this moment, I couldn't tolerate Nathan Thompson in my sight. All the love and hate from the previous life, it was all fake. I hate Nathan Thompson. I hate how his feelings changed in an instant in the previous life. I hate how he can't see right from wrong in this life. People like him deserve to swallow 1,000 needles. Clenching my fists, I picked up the sachet from the ground. Inside, it still contained several types of toxic plant matter/herbs. Claire Peterson, what are you trying to do? I remained silent, gripping the toxic plant matter/herbs so tightly my hand felt like it would shatter. Nathan Thompson was about to question me again. Slap! I slapped his left cheek. Slap! Then I slapped his right cheek. Nathan Thompson, I never harmed Chloe Thompson. You listened to slander and framed me multiple times, leading to my family's ruin. You deserve to die. The moment Nathan Thompson's head was knocked sideways by the slap, I immediately grabbed Chloe Thompson by the hair. Chloe Thompson, I never harmed you. You've killed my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, in 2 consecutive lifetimes. You deserve to die. Let's settle the score for both lifetimes right now. Chloe Thompson shrieked as I grabbed her. Let go! Claire Peterson, Nathan won't let you get away with this. What difference does it make if he lets me go or not? I have no one left behind me. What do I have to fear? Grabbing the toxic plant matter/herbs from the sachet, I desperately tried to shove them into Chloe Thompson's mouth. She clenched her teeth, and the toxic plant matter/herbs couldn't get in. Meanwhile, the symptoms from the toxic plant matter/herbs I just eaten were starting to ache. An inexplicable, heart-wrenching, biting pain came from my abdomen. I clutched my stomach, unable to bear the pain. But hatred had already blinded my eyes. I slapped the woman's face with one hand and frantically tore at her clothes with the other. I wanted to expose Chloe Thompson's true face to the public. Just as I was about to get more physical, Nathan Thompson behind me suddenly said sharply, "Let go of Chloe! Claire Peterson, you caused Chloe to have late-stage leukemia. What right do you have to hit her?" The man's command was too forceful. The moment he finished speaking, I immediately stopped my hands. My body, as if used to it, just knelt down on the ground. Claire Peterson, get up! I obediently got up again. Seeing me obey like a dog, Nathan Thompson's expression faltered slightly. With the control over my body, I almost bit off the flesh on the tip of my tongue, spurting blood into my mouth. When my legs went soft again, about to kneel, I desperately dug my nails into my palms. A cracking sound came from deep within my bones, but I still didn't bend my knees. As the toxic plant matter/herbs were about to take full effect, I roared, truly breaking free from the restraints. Nathan Thompson stared blankly as I transformed into someone he didn't recognize at all. Whether it was my gaze, my actions, or my expression. Feeling my self-awareness truly back in my control, I laughed more and more wildly. Nathan Thompson, you noticed something was wrong with me, didn't you? You thought I loved you, didn't you? Didn't you notice how I was determined to break off the engagement, yet still knelt down? How I wanted to refuse the betrothal gifts, yet still agreed? How I clearly didn't want to smash the car, yet I did? Chapter 6. Nathan Thompson frowned. Claire Peterson, what are you talking about? I forgot. Nathan Thompson had no memory. He was the male lead in this book, living a life of comfort from childhood, never having experienced great hatred or vengeance. His only obstacle was me, the villainess. As if confirming a certain truth, I fiercely dragged Chloe Thompson and rushed out the door. You thought I caused Chloe Thompson to get leukemia, didn't you? I'm telling you, she lied to you. As I finished speaking, I grabbed a doctor nearby and demanded, is she sick? The doctor had just treated Chloe Thompson. Hearing my question, he nervously scratched his head. Mr. Thompson, Ms. Thompson is indeed in late-stage leukemia. I immediately let out a cold laugh. Is that so? Nathan Thompson also noticed the doctor's unease at this point, realizing that perhaps dozens of doctors had been lying to him. His face was incredibly grim. If you don't tell the truth, this hospital and your entire family will completely disappear from here tonight. The doctor was scared out of his wits and immediately confessed. Mr. Thompson, I didn't mean to lie to you. Ms. Thompson gave me money, that's why I said that. Learning the truth, Nathan Thompson's eyes were about to split from rage. Since this matter might have been a lie, then the car show incident. I laughed, tears glistening. Did you hear that clearly? Nathan Thompson, your supposedly good sister is the real culprit. Seeing that her scheme was exposed, Chloe Thompson cried with tearful eyes. Nathan, I just didn't want to be sent abroad. I wanted to be with you. You clearly love me. Why did you want to get married? Nathan Thompson looked at the girl before him, who was completely different from the one in his memories. He even doubted, did he love her? When did he start caring about Chloe Thompson? It seemed that from the day Chloe Thompson came to the Thompsons' house, he became uncontrollably fascinated with her. And before that, Nathan Thompson had always been with me. His memories shattered and mixed in his mind. Nathan Thompson asked with a trembling voice. Claire Peterson. This plot you're talking about, what is it? I gripped Chloe Thompson's neck, explaining with hatred. The plot is that this is just a book. You're the male lead, Chloe Thompson is the second female lead, and she stole the female lead's luck. That's why you were uncontrollably in love with her. Then who is the female lead? When Nathan Thompson asked this question, I felt a trace of hesitation. From my previous life to now, I had never seen the female lead. Who is the female lead? How did Chloe Thompson steal the luck? A series of questions clogged my mind. Just then, the hand gripping her neck touched something hard. I leaned closer to look. It was the crystal necklace Chloe Thompson was wearing. So that's how it was. Seeing me staring at her necklace, Chloe Thompson recoiled in terror. Claire Peterson, what do you want? This is mine, it's my parents' keepsake. What are you doing? I laughed in anger and snapped the woman's necklace from her neck. Keepsake? Chloe Thompson, don't you think that's laughable? You stole my things, stole them for so long, it's time to give them back. The moment the necklace snapped, Chloe Thompson suddenly let out a loud cry. Immediately after, a strange change happened to me. My appearance, figure, and skin were all much more superior than before. In contrast, hundreds of pimples suddenly erupted on Chloe Thompson's face, her body became obese, and her skin turned dark. I understood now. When Chloe Thompson came to the Thompsons' house back then, this was how she looked, plain appearance, ordinary figure. But one day she suddenly became beautiful, while I grew worse looking. Everyone joked that I had grown ugly. It turned out my luck had been stolen. In my previous life, before I died, I casually flipped through this book. The synopsis said I was the villainess. But perhaps the book had also been tampered with. Perhaps I was the true female lead of this book. A wave of cold sweat broke out all over my body. After I put the necklace around my neck, Nathan Thompson also changed. His eyes trembled, staring directly at me. Claire. Chloe Thompson thought he was calling her and quickly responded. Chapter 7 Nathan. What greeted her was the man's icy cold hatred. Get out! Chloe Thompson, I understand now. You stole Claire's luck all these years, that's why I loved you so much, I remember now. Claire. I promised I would marry you. It was me who broke my word. At this moment, I couldn't care less about Nathan Thompson regretting things here. Whether it was the previous life or this life, we had already cut ties completely. Thinking about my luck returning, did it mean my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, were also alive? Tension gradually rose in my heart. I trembling took out my phone and dialed my father, Richard Peterson's number again. This time, my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, answered. Claire, what's wrong? Do you miss us? Mom and Dad saw the accident at your car show, but it's okay, sweetheart. We've already found investors, and the problem will be solved soon. Our dear daughter, you've worked hard during this time. My parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, were still alive. The company was still there, my family hadn't gone bankrupt. My luck was back, I was no longer controlled by the book. My emotions swung wildly from elation to despair. I knelt on the ground, crying uncontrollably with excitement. Chloe Thompson was stunned by Nathan Thompson's roar. Nathan, what's wrong? It's Chloe! Saying this, Chloe Thompson was about to go forward and hug Nathan Thompson, but the man shook her off in disgust. Chloe Thompson looked at her hands, which were as fat as pig's trotters. Then she looked at her body, which was fat and dark. That wasn't her. After letting out a loud scream, the woman stared at me with eyes full of horror. Claire Peterson, you stole my stuff. Give it back to me. Give me back the necklace. I slowly got up from the ground, staring at her mockingly. Chloe Thompson, that necklace is the family heirloom left to me by my grandmother. You stole it all these years, stealing my luck. I died because of you in the previous life. Have you been a thief for so long you've forgotten? Chloe Thompson was clearly agitated. No, it's not like that. Nathan Thompson, I didn't lie to you. Believe me. Nathan Thompson had been frowning darkly. Now he looked up, his eyes filled with ruthlessness. Chloe Thompson, you tricked me terribly. His men, take her back to the Thompsons' house. You like stealing things? I'll let you steal to your heart's content. Before Chloe Thompson was taken away, she let out a scream like a slaughtered pig. Just as I was about to leave to find my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, Nathan Thompson stopped me. Claire, can we talk? I slapped him, the blow landing hard on the man's face. There's nothing left for us to talk about, Nathan Thompson. Get lost. Nathan Thompson's head was knocked sideways by my slap. He didn't understand why I was suddenly treating him so coldly. Even though he had favored Chloe Thompson all these years, the old me wouldn't have been this indifferent. Just then, Nathan Thompson suddenly felt dizzy. His vision went black, and he suddenly fell to the ground. He had a very long dream. In the dream, I loved Nathan Thompson desperately, ruining my family for him, disregarding my reputation for him. But in the end, it all amounted to nothing. At the end of the dream, Nathan Thompson saw himself personally putting me on the doomed plane. After I died, Chloe Thompson, who was supposed to have died in childbirth, suddenly appeared before him with a child. The child called out, "Dad." Chloe Thompson called out, "Husband, I'm back." In the dream, he had always thought Chloe Thompson was dead, which was why he pitted his child for not having a mother. That was why he unleashed all his resentment onto me, killing my parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson. After suddenly waking up from the dream, Nathan Thompson laughed abruptly. Just a dream. But then he thought about the previous life, this life, as I had said. It wasn't a dream. This wasn't a dream. This terrifying thought grew wildly in his mind. Everything was real. Nathan Thompson had truly killed me. This was exactly what happened in the previous life. Tears inexplicably streamed down his face, burning his chest. At this moment, Nathan Thompson truly realized that he had committed a heinous crime. Chapter 8. Leaving the hospital, I almost ran home. My father, Richard Peterson, was drinking tea and working, and my mother, Eleanor Peterson, was cooking in the kitchen for me. They were still here. Nothing had happened. Tears once again drenched my eyes. I rushed into my father, Richard Peterson's arms. "Dad, I missed you so much." My father, Richard Peterson, was at a loss. My mother, Eleanor Peterson, came from the kitchen. "Claire, what's wrong? Are you having another episode? Are you losing control of your body again?" I quickly rushed into my mother, Eleanor Peterson's embrace again. "No, Mom, I love you so much, so much." My parents, Richard and Eleanor Peterson, were completely bewildered, thinking I had been through something traumatic. Only I knew that having them back was the greatest treasure of this life. After regaining my luck, the company went public just 1 week later. My luck wasn't just a little bit good. I bought a scratch-off ticket and won $1 million prize. I donated it to charity/relief fund. While walking outside, Chris saw me and invited me to do a major modeling shoot. After a few photos, I became a supermodel. My old girlfriends and friends heard the news that I had gotten back on my feet and reached out to me. They were happy for me. It turned out, living without being controlled by the plot, not being dependent on a man, living life on my own terms, it was such a happy life. This day, returning home after finishing company matters, a man was standing at the door. It was Nathan Thompson. It had been a week since we last saw each other. Seeing me, he hurriedly extinguished the cigarette in his hand and looked at me with deep emotion. "Claire, I didn't mean to bother you. I just want to show you something." I casually tossed the Maybach keys to the housekeeper. "Nathan Thompson, I told you, there's no need for us to see each other again." A flicker of disappointment crossed Nathan Thompson's eyes. As he followed me towards the house, I commanded him again. "Nathan Thompson, stop. Even if you knelt down and begged me, I wouldn't go back with you." Nathan Thompson stopped. His legs suddenly gave out, and he knelt on the ground. He gripped my hand with both of his and guided it towards his face. "Claire, look at me, please. We've missed out on too much, both in the previous life and this one. Give me a chance to make amends, okay?" "Make amends? You can't make amends for that. Nathan Thompson and I, things are not what they were. Our time is past. It's impossible, Nathan Thompson. Don't be so goddamn undignified. Don't make me look down on you. A man kneeling is the lowest form of seeking forgiveness. What makes you think kneeling can erase all the hatred from my previous life and this one?" Nathan Thompson seemed to realize what I was about to say. He scooped me up horizontally and put me directly into the car. "What are you doing?" Nathan Thompson said in a hoarse voice, being extremely careful. "Claire, can I take you to see something? You'll be very happy." I stopped struggling. 20 minutes later, we arrived at the airport. This place, I could never forget. In the previous life, this was where Nathan Thompson sent me onto the doomed plane. An alarm immediately went off in my me. ND. I looked at him with caution. "Claire, no. No, I'm not putting you on a plane. This is a safe plane. I just want to show you the sins Chloe Thompson committed." I felt relieved and followed Nathan Thompson onto the plane. Inside the plane, Chloe Thompson's face was red and swollen, as if her skin had been cut off with a knife. Her body, as if from the side effects of liposuction, had become gaunt and aged. Nathan Thompson, what exactly do you want to show me? I was restless and didn't want to get tangled up with Nathan Thompson. The next second, he directly opened the aircraft door and sent 2 security to hang Chloe Thompson in the air. Chloe Thompson had been unconscious. When she woke up again, she found herself hanging high above the ground. She was so terrified she screamed like a ghost right then and there. Nathan! Nathan Thompson! What are you doing? It's Chloe, Nathan. Did you grab the wrong person? Chapter 9. Nathan Thompson held a small knife in his right hand, his eyes fixed fiercely on Chloe Thompson. Chloe Thompson, you don't have the face to call me Nathan. You're not my sister. You're just an orphan abandoned by your parents, deserving to die. In the previous life, you harmed me and Claire, leaving us with nothing, not even our remains. This life, you should pay the price for what you've done. I stared blankly at Nathan Thompson. Chloe Thompson was tied with a rope. Was he going to kill her? Nathan Thompson, you can't kill her. I immediately restrained the man's hand, my expression complicated. Nathan Thompson's eyes were tinged with pathological revenge. Claire, I'm not killing her. I just want this bitch to feel the pain you felt in the previous life. As he said this, his tone suddenly turned gentle. Claire, when I pushed you down in the previous life, did it hurt a lot? I had forgotten the pain of the previous life. Perhaps more than pain, what I felt was hatred. Hatred had surpassed all other emotions. Nat. Han Thompson seemed to sense my true feelings, and his hands trembled. Chloe Thompson, there are 3 parachutes here. As long as you can land safely, I'll save you. On the other hand, if you can't, just die. As Nathan Thompson finished speaking, Chloe Thompson screamed in terror. Nathan, please don't, Nathan. Save me. I don't want to die. I haven't even given you children yet. Nathan Thompson roared sharply, disgusted. Jump or not? To save her life, Chloe Thompson immediately grabbed a parachute from the plane. Jumping! 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 Nathan Thompson, I'll do whatever you say. Saying this, she took out a parachute and jumped down with her eyes closed. The parachute landed safely. Nathan Thompson immediately flew the plane to pick her up. 2 more! Chloe Thompson was no longer scared now. She hugged Nathan Thompson's arm, crying with snot and tears. Nathan, you couldn't bear to let me die, right? I frowned, feeling that something wasn't right. But Nathan Thompson had promised me he wouldn't kill her. I didn't pay much attention. Chloe Thompson smiled and picked up another parachute. She jumped down without hesitation. But this time, halfway down, the parachute suddenly deflated, and Chloe Thompson started spinning in the air. A hysterical scream came from the air. 5 seconds later, Chloe Thompson fell thousands of feet below. I stared in shock at the empty space below. Nathan Thompson, you killed her. Nathan Thompson smiled at me indifferently. Don't be scared, Claire. She deserved it. While I was still in shock, Nathan Thompson carried me to the passenger seat and buckled my seatbelt. He suddenly walked towards the cabin. Opened the door. I almost thought I had misheard and turned back sharply. Nathan Thompson, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Nathan Thompson picked up the only remaining parachute in the cabin. Claire, I owe you. I'll pay you back in this life. Do you know, Claire? These past few Why yes, I've often thought about before Chloe Thompson came. You used to hug me and call me Nathan. You said you were scared, and I said I'd marry you, protect you well, and you wouldn't be scared. But Claire, your Nathan made a mistake. You don't have to marry him anymore. I covered my mouth, watching with my own eyes as Nathan Thompson finished speaking and jumped down without hesitation. The parachute was the same as Chloe Thompson's just now. It was rigged. Nathan Thompson, today, had no intention of living. He was going to use his life to atone for the sins of 2 lifetimes. Later, Nathan Thompson was rescued and survived, but was permanently disabled. He lived every day in regret and pain. From then on, I never went to see him. Letting go of their consequences, their outcomes, was my destiny. Only this time, I finally became the heroine of my own story.